Hi, I'm Richard Art. My path to becoming an educator was anything but a straight line. In fact, if you had asked me back in high school if I was going to become a teacher, I probably would have laughed at you. Truth be told, I was an average student at best. While much of my high school is a blur, there were moments that definitely stood out. Teachers who believed in me and saw something in me before I could see it myself. These extraordinary teachers made all the difference. They believed in me and ignited a curiosity in subjects I would have likely ignored. They planted a seed, one that I would not realize was growing inside me for years to come. When I got to university, reality hit hard. While I had spent over 13 years learning what to learn, I realized I'd never been formally taught how to learn. I nearly flunked out of my first year. Science was my passion, but passion was not enough. I needed to figure things out, and I needed to figure it out fast. That summer, I took a psychology course, mostly to make up for the fact I dropped my chemistry course. But that one class changed everything. I started to understand how my mind worked and how people learn. And once I cracked that, my grades began to steadily improve. But more than that, I discovered two really important things. One, I seemed to have a knack for explaining complex things to people. And two, I was absolutely fascinated with how the mind worked and how people learn. I ended up graduating with a degree in psychology, but I didn't become a scientist, and I didn't become a teacher. Well, at least not in the traditional sense. Instead, I moved across the country and started my own computer consulting and training company. The world was changing fast, and people needed some help keeping up. I loved helping people one-on-one, but I wondered, how could I help even more people? That's when I did something a little crazy. Despite my deathly fear of public speaking, I signed up to teach computer software courses at a local night school. My first class was a mixture of pure terror and adrenaline, but by the end of the night, I was hooked. I realized that night that I loved helping people learn and grow. That one decision led to nearly 20 years of teaching at a local college. Working inside the system was eye-opening. While I loved working with my students and helping them succeed, it also became apparent that the system was far from perfect. While I worked hard to innovate and make positive change, I realized at a certain point I was going to need to step outside of academia to realize the full potential that I believed education had. I wondered, what if my skills as an educator could be used outside the classroom? Could I make impact in ways that I had never considered? The answer was a definite yes. I started to create online courses, which expanded my reach to hundreds and then thousands of students. They also empowered me to cover topics I was passionate about. They went far beyond the technology courses that had started my career. I discovered industry was full of opportunities for educators who could help people and employees and pretty much anyone learn new skills, ideas, and concepts. And with that, my world expanded again. Then came another realization. If I wanted to have an even greater impact, I needed to step up as a leader. It was a scary but necessary step. Because what if I could help other teachers level up their educator powers? What if I could inspire and equip people like you to make an even bigger difference in the world? This is my next chapter. And if it resonates with you, if you're an educator, a leader, or someone who wants to create real change, I invite you to join me. Let's make a difference together.